This is Victoria Amador. She's practicing QHHT, BQH, past life regression, and I've known her as a graduate of my very advanced spirit releasement therapy training course with the Past Life Awakening Institute. Where did the inspiration for this program that you've created come from? And on your website, you say this program was designed and requested by light beings, specifically the Arcturians and the intergalactic healers. And so the design of this program is 100% channeled. Can you tell us a bit more? What was your first contact? Did you reach out to them in meditation?
I was having a dream and I woke up and I'm seeing this entity and I'm communicating with this entity and, felt very familiar. Like I wasn't afraid of anything. And the entity is just telling me, you have it wrong, this is what you need to do. And she wrote a few pages of things. I don't have those pages. I don't know where they are. But she wrote for me. I fell asleep. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going back to bed. And that was my first contact.
Okay. And how did it progress?
They have so much wisdom and like their energy and I think that's why I have been a little more serious today, because I can feel it, like no matter how much I want to be fun and nice and smiling, it just feels like serious. Okay. I'm like, okay, I understand. And that's how they feel to me, like very serious, very like pure love, but no a lot of emotions. Like they have mastered their emotions, so they don't have to. I don't know how to explain it. Like they're just masters at what they do. So they told me, okay, you this is who you are, and they even gave me information from my uncle. And my uncle is like, oh my God, that makes sense to me. So this is an old guy, and he's like, yes, I am Arcturian.
So how would you define what Arcturians are? There are a few things on the internet here and there, but how would you define? There are some qualities you mentioned there. Are there any other definitions or any other specific knowledge that they gave you about themselves, or are they more interested in giving you teachings and the things to help therapies?
Yeah, it's mostly, I don't really ask about show me where you are or anything like that. Sometimes they have taken me, allow me to see some of those things, but not because I am asking. They mostly are available for the sessions that I do to call for assistance. And sometimes when the person is doing their session and they're like, my higher self is not communicate, I cannot merge, then I call on the Arcturians and I know they will do what they need to do. Okay. That's my little trick.
Okay, nice. So you didn't like read about them and seek them out?
No.
They just came to you kind of in a dream while you were sleeping, some automatic writing. They don't really get into too much about, oh, we're from this constellation, and do they even mention any of their missions about like what's their purpose in like seeking you out and why you're chosen and what they're trying to do on Earth, why they're getting involved with us?
Yeah, well, what I understand for what I have learned from them is, number one, that's why even when I was going through my first dark night, I was going through the Akashic records and all of that because I had access to that. That's what they explained. It didn't happen by coincidence. It was, pretty well detailed that you have access because you're one of them. And they will explain that throughout the evolution of the planet, they had sort of like a unit that came here from Arcturus that started the seeding process. There was something that hit the planet that created a fluid on the Earth that created the ability for people to be easily seduced by things that they shouldn't do. And that didn't happen because of them. That happened because there was an interference from outside.
What kind of outside interference was that? Is that some other ETs or?
Yes, okay. Negative entities,
okay.
ETs that created the interference that remain around the planet. And that's why people are easily seduced to do things that they shouldn't be doing, because originally that wasn't the case.
Sure. Did they mention a name or a designation for those?
I'm a little hesitant to say because
Sure.
because I don't want people to think all of them are the same.
Yeah.
But what they indicated is that there was an alien reptilian race that created this disturbance. That doesn't mean all the reptilians are bad people, are bad beings.
Yeah.
I just want that to be clear.
Okay, but that is something that was spoken. Like, had you read about that prior, or you just that's
No.
just what they told you? Okay, yeah.
I did learn about it later.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, is this true? Can I find evidence of this? You know, because a lot of the things that are communicated, I honestly don't know about it. Like I don't go looking for that information. So later I might find something that confirms the information, you know.